Morning, class. I got some dire news to share with all you, but that's going to be after this class, so you're just going to have to wait. Now, the subject we're going to go over is something that coincidentally falls exactly in line with what's going to happen at a later time. And it is what one of you had brought up in a question earlier. We're going to be talking about escape pods. So, we're going to open up like this. In space, nobody can see you die. Now, I know that's kind of dark. Well, there's a bit of truth in that too. But it's true. Flat out. Nobody really can see you die out there. So, pressing on. Well, theoretically, you can be seen on somebody's sensors, but that's not the point. Escape pods are necessary for one's survival in space. No starship is designed without them, and no sensible crew leaves port without inspecting theirs. Generally, after an accident in space or an attack, your vessel might be falling apart, engulfed in plasma fire or reactor core leaking deadly doses of radiation. What is left of the crew and passengers must have a means of escaping the craft with their lives and survive. Escape pods are one of the ways you can leave your doomed vessel and reach safe haven. The others are spacewalking, boarding another ship, or flying away in one of the ship's shuttlecrafts. Obviously, you won't be safe floating aimlessly around in your spacesuit, that being its only protection and such, but, hey, I think one person's done it. I don't know his name. Also, not everyone can fit into a shuttle. Most Starship evacuation plans do not include that as an option. Your shuttlecraft ideally would fly together with the escape pods, providing assistance if necessary. Escape pods on most crafts are designed to hold and provide life support for 3 to 4 people. Now imagine, that's going to be a really cramped space. Hopefully y'all brush your teeth and you get along. Because, oh boy. Talk about being in someone's bubble. It has but a rudimentary sensor array, a comms unit, and a simple engine controls. The hull, though is sturdy, offers protection from radiation extreme heat, and that's about it. If something or somebody impacts that, well, good night, Irene. Let's see. Pods also have a good stock of space rations, in some cases even survival gear. So, draw straws. Starships have escape pod hatches clearly marked, accessible and seemingly close to areas where most of the crew and passengers would congregate. So, if you follow the lines going up and down the B-way, if you look to your left and your right and you see the hatches and everything else, and if you can't open the hatch, we'll find somebody to trade seats with you. You know the whole spiel, Let's see. This is to ensure that in case of an emergency, most of the ship's occupants could easily reach and board an escape pod. The pods have also been used for thousands of years by all galactic navies to deploy soldiers on planetary bodies during battles. So, you look at it this way. You got a bunch of guys you want to set down onto a planet. And most of your drop ships are already employed. What else are you going to use? Well, you're going to use an escape pod. Just turn your ship one way and launch them. Oh, that's one hell of a ride I'd never want to try. Of course, I've been shot out of the sky, but that's a story for another time. Those single-seaters are often used to deploy special operators or other important personnel to a war zone without risking the use of the easy to notice dropships or a shuttle. So that makes sense. Military pods are crafted by stealth composites, and most of them are minuscule size and often conceal them from enemy sensors. So really small, really tight, really compact. One hell of a ride. Some combat pods are even equipped with portable weapons or designed to be disassembled and construct portable bunkers. Okay, now I didn't know about that last part, and that is handy. Once again, the Terrans defy the natural order of things. Terran spacers have their own unique use of escape pods, now deeply ingrained in their culture. The tradition to hold death races, and I do mean quote, air quotes, death races, was established as a contest to prove whose piloting, gunnery, and spaceship craft skills were superior. Spacer racing teams were deployed in the midst of an already raging battle, or seek the battle themselves. Teams consist of two. One is in the fighter and the other in the heavily modified racing pod. The pod has armor plating, a single fixed weapon mount, and supercharged engines. Oh my god, I already got the visual, and it is glorious. Its pilot is almost always an unproven spacer, someone who wishes to test themselves or reach another level of skill by passing a trial of extreme combat. The fighter pilot is an ace, one of the best flyers that has of that particular clan. His or her job is to provide cover for his teammate in the pod and take out any fighter who greedy enough to take the bait. Oh, wow, that's actually kind of messed up, and sounds exhilarating. Now I want to try it. In most instances, when spacers start a death race, whatever pirate or other scum they race through quickly retreats. This, in recent years, has prompted many spacer clans to construct a field special faster light interceptor ship to prevent that. The very knowledge that a bunch of unruly, insanely good pilots would jump straight into a raging battle and start shooting down your fighter or bomber craft just to rack more quote-unquote points has made all the fringe star states increasingly wary. This has led to an attempt on either pirate clans, criminal syndicates, or other empires to try and devise clever traps in a futile effort to destroy the death racers within their space. Now, I don't know about you, but that actually sounds like a hoot. However, considering all dire circumstances, that ain't gonna happen. So what I want you to do is pack your bags, because we gotta go down planetside. Skipper said so. He said the scouts that he launched off some days ago, well, they finally got word back and they found an enemy fleet heading right for us. They got heads up prior to from HQ, and they checked it out. And there is a pretty big fleet coming this way. So what they want us to do is get down planetside ASAP and set up shop and hide all non-critical personnel like ourselves. As for the rest of the fleet, though, they're going to engage. They're going to try to set a trap, make it happen. I can't tell you all the details, as, well, you're all just a bunch of nubs. But know that they are looking out for us, and they do want us to survive this. So, we're going to go down, we're going to set up shop, and we're going to hide, and we're going to wait it out. That's it. Alright, so hop 2. Y'all dismissed.